don't do a lot of interviews, not a ton, but this will be a good one. Two-time NBA champ, New York City legend, Archbishop Malloy, the great Jack Curran, Coach Curran, TNT analyst, and who knows, maybe GM down there. I keep hearing that. Kenny Smith, get us ready for the NBA start here. Kenny, it's BT and Sal. How you feeling today, buddy?
It would be President Sal. It wouldn't be GM.
Oh, here we go. My boy. This is BT. That is Sal. So BT unintentionally dish you or minimize your window. Gotcha. You good, man? Everything all right?
Everything's great, man. Get ready for this NBA season starting up. Partner here with FanDuel, man. It's just been a great week coming up.
No, there's no doubt. And I do stuff with FanDuel, so we'll certainly give you pop at the end. Listen. You're born and raised here. You've done some Knicks games in the past. You obviously follow the Knicks. I mean, I can make the case, Kenny, last 25, 30 years, whether it's the Isaiah stuff, the Marbury stuff, the Curry stuff, the bad contracts, all the stuff that suffocated this franchise. Right now, the way the Knicks have responsibly managed the cap, the ton of draft equity they've got, the fact that they're young, the fact that they're good. I mean, this is 25, 30 years we haven't been in the spot for the Knicks. This is almost uncharted territory.
Well, I think the one thing that, as a New Yorker, we all do, we do not look at the moment. We look at the entirety of it. Like, Brunson has no idea that Eddie Curry. He probably not even, maybe he's from Chicago, so he probably does know Eddie Curry. Yeah. But he doesn't care about that. He was not, and so, but as a Knicks fan, as a New Yorker, we kind of put it all into one pot. And that's the difference between, obviously a Knicks franchise or a Laker franchise than maybe a Utah Jazz franchise. They're not looking at, the years after Stockton and they're still going, man, we were meat then, Mm-hmm. So it's kind of, you have to look at it in a momentary position of where you are and where you're going. And which is hard to do when you're a New Yorker, because we're more Knicks fans than we are player fans, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, totally know what you mean. I agree with that, too, by the way. Yeah.
Kenny, it's nice that the Knicks are respectable now because it's been so long. It's been 2 decades of just disastrous basketball to where even the most diehard Knicks fans can't even get behind this garbage. But they've gotten out of it. Now I want to know what's next. Okay, yeah, that's great. You're a 4 seed. You win a playoff round. How can the Knicks legitimately contend to win an NBA title?
Well, obviously experience is one of the things that they're gaining. So some of the players who will be part of that, if it happens, are gaining the experience to move from round to round, which is very difficult to learn on the fly. Very few guys who are good enough to, in their first or second playoff run, get their teams or help their teams, move on in the playoffs. That's a very difficult ask. The second part is, I think the personnel. There has to be a huge development jump in one or two of players, or there has to be a trade with that type of talent. I think the talent level is good, but taking it to the levels of we're talking about, most teams that are trying to contend to win it all, you say, well, that guy can win the MVP. Even, you say Jimmy Butler in Miami, he can win the MVP. Giannis, he can win the MVP.
Yep.
Jokic, won the MVP.
Steph.
And so do you have a quality player that you could say can win the MVP? I think that is what's missing. Now, it could be somebody on the team if they develop. What if Mitchell Robinson started shooting threes and started handling the basketball?
Oh, he ain't doing that, Kenny. Stop. He ain't doing that. He can't even hit free throws. He's going to hit threes.
I was just saying, but there has to be either development or by trade. Because it's just as and I say we because I'm a New Yorker, we're at 4, we could easily be at 7.
Yeah.
Bro, wait, hold on. Kenny, I love you. You're a New Yorker. Dude, you were a 94 Houston Rocket. You beat the Knicks. I don't want to hear we from you. You've caused me great pain, we. What is this?
No, listen. And when we won the championship and we beat the Knicks, we had more New Yorkers on the team than the actual Knicks had.
Oh.
Myself, Chucky Brown, and Mario Ellie.
Yeah, Mario
So
Ellie.
we were real New Yorkers.
Yeah.
Harlem, you had 2 Harlem kids and a Queens kid beat y'all. That's who beat y'all. New York beat New York.
It doesn't make it
Well,
any easier.
You beat us because Patrick Ewing sucked. He shot 36. Oh, he did. He shot 36.5% against Olajuwon. That's why we lost.
No, wait, time out. He didn't suck. Everyone sucked against Hakeem. There was nobody. It's like you sucked against Jordan. Well, no, everybody sucked against Jordan. Everybody sucked. Hakeem was Jordan in that era.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, listen, back to the thing. And by the way, Sal, I co-sign what Sal just said. We love you because you're one of us, but we hate you because you beat us, dude. I get it, man.
Oh, man.
All right, so the thought about the Knicks' ascent, all right, whether they just kind of level off or keep getting better, I could make the case that you got to tweak some things. Randall, better shot selection, blah, blah, blah. Mitchell Robinson hit some free throws. To me, you circle R.J. Barrett. I know he had a good summer, Team Canada. He confounds me, man. Some nights he looks like a star. And Kenny, I got to be honest with you, some nights when that handle's loose and he's 0 for 9 from 3 and he's slow, I don't think he's a great athlete. There's some nights I want to ship him out of town. Where do you stand on R.J. Barrett?
I think he has the ability to, really do great things. However, there's about maybe 5 players in the league. Let's say Kevin Durant. When he gets traded, he doesn't pay attention to the offense, because when he gets traded to you, the offense changes. No, we got to figure out. So 11 other guys have to adjust to what he does. I don't know if R.J. Barrett is that good, where the offense and everything can be changed because of what he does.
No, you know he's not. You know the answer to that. I know you're trying to be nice. He's not that guy. He's good. He's not that guy.
But that's my point.
Yeah.
Can he take that step to be a superstar? First of all, a star in the league. Can you take the step to be a star? When I say a star, that means you're going to make an all-star game. Doesn't mean you're going to make it every year. You're going to be close and sniffing around it. Can you make that step? And then can you make that next step in being a superstar, which means you in 5 categories, you're going to dominate in 3 every night. And everyone says scoring, rebound, and assist, but I also add leadership and defense. Can you do 3 of those 5 every night? That's a superstar.
Can he? Can he? Can he?
He hasn't developed into that yet, and because the guy only played how many years? 1 year college basketball. He played. They're like, oh, he went to Duke and he played under Coach K. No, he didn't. He played 3 months under Coach K. That's a summer. He played a winter under him. He hasn't played enough where the responsibility, even in college, his responsibility to be the leader of the team wasn't all his. Cam Reddish was great at that time, and Zion was. We already know what he was in college.
Yeah.
So his responsibility, he's never had the responsibility of being the guy, at a high level. Now we got to see if he can learn to do that.
But he doesn't even have to be the guy here, Kenny, because the Knicks have Brunson, who's established himself as a star. Julius Randle has been a 2-time All-Star year. I know it's been up and down and can be a maddening player, but he's been an All-Star. And maybe I ask you about Randle. You said the Knicks need to develop from within or go get a star. Can Randle or Brunson take that next step to be an MVP caliber player?
I think Randle and Brunson are really good, and they are what they are. I don't know if Randall's or let's say Brunson, he's going to be, he dominates guys but is he ever going to be Ja Morant? No, I don't think he'd be that. But he's a great point guard. He's going to be in the top 10 in his category, so you don't have to worry about him. But you need another player to say, and like you said, R.J. Barrett, can you ascend from being like a 1, 2, 3 pick to being one of the top 5 guys in the league, top 10 guys in the league? Not in your position where Randall and Brunson are, top 10 in their position possibly. But can you be top 10 in the league? That is where it's going now, and those are the teams that are winning championships.
So we're talking to Kenny Smith. Kenny's 2-time NBA champ. We'll get a little FanDuel conversation in a second. Of course, he's one of us. He's from here. Yeah, I got to ask you this. I love your show. It's the best on TV. You guys are awesome. You don't take yourselves very seriously. I think you're perfect to Charles and Shaq's dynamic. Obviously, you got the maestro who's been doing it forever, running the show and let you guys be you.
Ernie's the best.
Ernie's the man. But I have to, I believe, I can't prove it, so I'm going to ask you. In jest, there's truth. And I'd have to think a couple of times you guys go to commercial breaks, and Shaq and Charles are for a second absolutely pissed at each other. Like, legitimately. And then it goes away because they're boys. But you can't tell me when they're going hard that they're not pissed in the moment.
No, they're pissed on national television. It's not fake. Like, actually, it gets to the point. It's like where we're all. It's like three, and this is like a cliche set, but it's three brothers that live in the house and the mom's not home for the day. And it's like,
nice. Yeah.
And you're like, yo, you got to stop, man. Y'all taking it, y'all playing around a look, and then it gets too serious. And it's like playing in the backyard, wrestling in the room, or verbalizing. It is real. And at certain times in the commercial, I know if I say, and Shaq will say, Kenny, if you say one more thing, I'm coming over there. So don't start it. Don't you coming over in the commercial break. And then I'm like, and you know what I'm gonna say when he says that? I just go, one more thing. I just keep at it because if you don't continue to add fuel and fun to the fire, they would fight. They would actually fight.
Who would win? Who would win?
Oh, Shaq would kill Chuck.
Wait, well, hold on. He didn't kill him when they fought 20 years ago. It's just Barkley knocked him around.
No. He killed Chuck.
Okay, so let me ask you this, though, Ken. I know Shaq's got Charles has the bad hip. He's 60, whatever. You take
in their prime, though.
30-year-old Shaq and 30-year-old Charles. You tell me Charles doesn't have a chance to win that fight?
0.
Wow.
I'll tell you,
Shaq is the most strong. Shaq might be the strongest basketball player that ever lived.
But can he fight?
He also seems too nice at times. I feel like Chuck's got that nasty.
Okay, let me tell you, when Shaq is joking around, just joking around. We're in the back and we're joking around. He picks Charles up and carries him like a baby. Like, think about that. Charles was at one time, he's lost like 100 pounds, so y'all going to see him on TV. You're not even going to recognize him. But he used to he carried a 400-pound guy, picked him up like a baby, and would rock him like a baby. Like, I've never seen anyone do anything like that in my life. He is the strongest basketball player that ever lived.
Wow.
Yeah, and maybe the most dominant ever. And, Kenny, just to finish up on your crew, which is the best, and I know people try to duplicate it. It'll never be done.
Nope.
You guys are the best at what you do by far, and it's awesome to watch. Matter of fact, you're so good that my hatred for you as a member of the Houston Rockets, I don't even think about that. I enjoy watching you and Shaq and Barkley. I forget that you beat the Knicks in the championship most times.
Hey, listen, man, like I said, a true New Yorker won.
Yeah, but you beat the Knicks, bro. I want a banner hung at the Garden. A true New Yorker.
Patrick Ewing was from Boston. Patrick Ewing's from Boston. John Starks from Oklahoma. Like, the dudes were in New York.
Derek Harper, yeah.
Derek Harper, like those guys were.
Yeah, wait, but hold on. Wait, we had Rolando Blackman, man. He was a local guy.
And y'all didn't play him.
Yeah, I know.
That's why he lost.
Come on, man. I don't care where Starks is from. Nobody's more New York than John Starks.
Mace is from here. Yeah. Rest in peace, Mace.
No, listen, we had 3, you guys had 2, and you only played 1.
Oh.
This guy's got an answer for everything.
You won 4, and we only got 3. I get it. Oh, that sucks.
So, Kenny, what do you got rocking with FanDuel, man?
Man, it's great. Yeah, obviously you guys know because you were partners with FanDuel, the official partner of the NBA for gambling and place betting, rather it is for on NBA. So they're a partner with our show as well. We love them there, and it's the safest, the best place to kind of do it. And actually from October, I think it's October today to the 26th, if you make a $5 wager on FanDuel, you get NBA League Pass for 3 months. Like, can you believe, you get free NBA free League Pass, and even if you're a new or an existing customer. So you get free NBA League Pass.
It's a good
deal.
The league
starts on Tuesday. Hey, I don't have to buy it now. I'm going to make my $5 bet so I can get it for free too.
I'll tell you.
3 months.
Put $5
I make a lot of money, but I'm cheap too.
Yo, you are. Come on. Then you're not from New York, man. You got to reach into the pockets if you're from here. What are you talking about? You cheap.
No, but we're cheap, man.
What?
We like to look at our money in our account more than spending it.
Kenny, have you been? I heard Chuck talking about this on the SI Media podcast with Jimmy Tran over the summer. Or actually maybe a month ago. Have you been to Vegas for like a football Sunday or a sports book, hanging out with Chuck for the day?
I've only seen it once. And because he doesn't go like on a Sunday. He only goes Super Bowl.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't go to the Super Bowl. He goes to Vegas. But he really just goes because the atmosphere. Like, he just loves the atmosphere. He loves people. He is like the most. Chuck is a guy who always complains about too many people, but always going to go to places where there's a million people. I'm like,
yeah, it sounded like he was talking about it with Jimmy
best.
Tran, and I was like, my God, that's a bucket list thing. So I was just wondering if you experienced that with him. It sounds like an all-time great day. But you work with him all the time, so I get it.
How's the stanky leg doing?
How's
How's that stanky leg golf swing doing? Is he still looking like stank?
no, he actually got rid of the hitch.
Nice.
He got about a year and a half ago. The hitch is gone, and he said it was a psychological thing. I said, yeah, we know that you're crazy, so that doesn't
Makes sense.
It makes a lot of sense.
And we're going to let you roll. Just do me a favor, 20 seconds for my non-believing partner here. Would you tell this man, Sal, how long and how fast Pitino is going to rock it at St. John's? Would you educate the young man?
Here we go.
Let's go.
The only thing that, if you ask every great player why they were great, there's always a coach behind it. There's not a great player. The only player I know that there's not a coach related to them specifically is LeBron James. But everyone else who's been great needs a Rick Pitino. You cannot be great without him. You can't. I don't care who you are. We're going to say Isaiah Thomas. Oh, Bobby Knight.
Bobby Knight.
You guys, you're going to say, Jordan. You're going to say
Smith.
Phil Jackson. You're going to say Chuck Daly. You're going to say, you have to associate greatness with a coach. And without coaching, you cannot become great. You can only be good.
And you had a great high school one, too. Growing up here, I was, read about Coach Curran all those years. And,
think about this. I'll give you 10 more seconds.
Yeah, we're good.
Coach Curran is a Hall of Famer high school coach, without doubt, right?
Yep.
I was first-team All-American. I was one of the best 35 basketball players that ever lived, they say, in McDonald's. They gave me a ball, so I was one of the best 35 high school players. Okay?
Wow.
I go to college. Dean Smith's my coach.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I'm first-team All-American, college basketball player of the year. I go to the NBA. None of my coaches for coaching are in the NBA Hall of Fame. I never made an All-Star team.
Interesting.
It's coaching.
Yeah, you bounced
Coach
around.
Pitino's going to get it done down there in St. John's.
Now,
without question.
Hey, I'll tell you what, speaking of how you bounced around, I remember one time in my backyard. Remember that dunk you did with the Kings where your back was to the basket, threw it behind, between your legs and caught it and cocked it? I was doing in the backyard. I was not as good as you, 3 inches off the ground, but I used to do it.
I'm tearing up right now. You're making me tear up.
It's the truth, bro. Hey, we kept you long enough. Generous with your time. Kenny, thanks, dude. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Kenny.
All right, guys. No problem.
There you go. FanDuel, of course, as Kenny is with them, so am I for years.